So, a couple on holiday in Tenerife decide to walk up to Tommy Robinson and educate him. This is what happened. The woman leads with the classic opener, "You're racist." Tommy asks why. She says it's because he's against Islamic immigration. Standard. He then drops a statistic. 90% of grooming gang convictions in the UK are Muslim men. Her response? She doesn't challenge the number, she asks where he's from. She's a school teacher, by the way, keep that in mind. Tommy's from Luton. She's from Kingston upon Thames, a very posh, nice area. And here's where it gets interesting. Tommy asks her how many mosques are in Kingston. She says 1. He says he has 45 where he lives. She asks what's wrong with that. He says, the violence, the jihad, the fact that he's a minority in his own town. Her answer? What's wrong with that? She's a school teacher. Then she tells him he's hiding in Tenerife. He's standing in front of her, in Tenerife. She tells him to go back to England. He points out he doesn't live in Spain. She calls him a moron. He points out she has a degree. She confirms this. He says it doesn't matter. And then Tommy says something that actually stops the argument cold. He says, "My degree is growing up in Luton. My degree is being a minority. My degree is my cousin being raped by those men. That's my degree." She doesn't have an answer for that. Nobody ever does. He then rattles off the numbers. Over 1,000 children in Telford, 1,400 in Rotherham, every town, every city. She says it's not just Muslims. He says 90% of convictions are Muslim men. She says that's because the police are racist. She is a school teacher, teaching children, in England. Tommy's face at that moment says everything. He asks her to do the maths. 3% of the UK population, 90% of the convictions. She can't explain it. So she falls back on, "I just care about minority groups." He asks, "What about the white English minority?" She says, "We're not a minority." He says in his town they are. She says that's fine. He says it's not fine. And then he lands the line that ends it. He tells her directly that people like her are the reason young English girls got raped across this country. Because people were too scared to speak. Because the moment anyone raised it, someone exactly like her called them a racist and shut it down. She tells him to go work in a diverse school. He went to school in Luton. She calls him an asshole and walks off. He's still standing there, in Tenerife, not hiding.
Right, now you've heard the setup. Let me show you the actual clip. This is real. This happened. A couple on holiday in Tenerife walk up to Tommy Robinson, completely unprompted, and decide they're going to set him straight. She's a school teacher. He's standing right there. Watch her face when he brings up Rotherham. Watch what happens when he asks her to do the maths. Watch how she handles the moment a man from Luton tells her his cousin was raped. And then ask yourself, this woman is in a classroom, right now, teaching your kids. Here it is.
I'm against Islamic immigration. You don't know what you're talking. Why?
Yeah.
Because 90% of the men who rape children in the UK in groups are Muslim men. It doesn't work. Where do you live? Where are you from in England?
In London.
Whereabouts?
South London.
Are you happy if your children?
I'm a teacher.
Are you happy if your children are the only non-Muslim in the class?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You're the fucking disease in our country.
I'm a teacher.
You're the problem. You're the problem. You have no idea. Where was you born?
In Kingston.
In Kingston. Kingston on Thames.
Yeah.
A very posh, nice area.
Yeah.
So you don't know anything.
I do.
What's the nearest mosque in Kingston on Thames?
There's one in Kingston.
No, how many are there?
There's one
Well,
massive
there's 45 where I live.
Where do you live?
Luton, 45, where we're a minority.
But what's wrong with that?
With the violence, the jihad, there's 40,000 Muslims on the terror watch list. What have you got to say about them?
But there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with 40,000 Muslims on the terror
No,
watch
but
list.
there's more British people on the terror watch.
No, there's not. No, there's not. No, there's not. 94% of them are Muslim. So there's 40,000 Muslims on the terror watch list.
Okay.
What have you got to say about them?
But why don't you go and live in England, build it in England rather than live in Spain?
You don't know where I live.
You're hiding in Tenerife.
I'm hiding in Tenerife.
You are.
This is Tenerife. You fucking
No,
moron.
not here.
You absolutely
But that's where you are, right?
No, it's not where I'm standing here.
But you're saying we're fucking morons. Like, I feel like
You don't know what you're talking about.
Where's your
It doesn't matter if you've got a degree. My degree's growing up in Luton. My degree is being minority. My degree is my cousin was raped by those fuckers. That's my degree. Yeah, that's my degree, but it's fucking groups of Muslim men. That's my degree. Do you know how many girls I grew up with that have gone missing? You don't have a clue what you're talking about. You have no idea of the rape scandal in our country. So 1,000 children in Telford alone. 1,000 children. 1,400 in Rotherham. In every single town and city, they've been raped and kidnapped. You come up to me.
It's not just by Muslims.
90% of the men convicted are Muslim. 90%, that's a fact. 30% are called Mohammed. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, so the name is the issue.
No,
Mohammed.
the religion is the issue. Donor.
Right,
That's why Muslim men make up 3% of the UK,
Yeah.
90% of the convictions. Why is that?
Because we've got an issue with the police being racist.
Oh my God. So it's the police being racist as to why
Yes.
the Muslims are getting convicted for
Yes.
raping children.
Yes.
See, and you're a school teacher, are you?
Yes, I am a school teacher.
How embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing.
You can't even do the numbers.
No, it's
Can't
not-
even work the
it's not
numbers.
embarrassing.
Add the numbers.
I just care about minority groups of people.
You care about minority. What about the white English minority?
We're not a minority.
We're a minority in my town.
We're not a
We're a minority in London.
We're
33% of
And
London.
what's wrong with being multicultural?
Multicultural. Is it multicultural if the whole town's taken over by Islam?
It's multicultural.
It's not
It is
multicultural. No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
That you are the reason young English girls got raped across the UK because people are too scared to talk about it.
No.
People are too scared to talk about it because of you. Yes, they are. Because people like you make accusation of racism when you don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Here's a thought, right?
Here's a thought.
Go work in a school, right? Be around a diverse group of students.
I went to fucking school in Luton, you fucking
All right,
moron!
thank
You
you.
fucking arsehole. Go and fuck off, you fucking little prick.
Right, so you've just watched that. Let's talk about what we actually saw. Because beyond the statistics and the argument, there is a specific type of person on display in that clip. And that type of person is absolutely everywhere in modern Britain. In the schools, in the media, in local government, in HR departments, in every institution that shapes how this country thinks about itself. And they are the reason we are in the mess we are in. The school teacher. Kingston upon Thames. Degree. Tenerife holiday. Very strong opinions about Islam, immigration, and racism. Zero lived experience of any of it. This woman has never spent a night in Luton. She has never sat in a courtroom watching a grooming gang trial. She has never had a family member go through what thousands of working-class girls in this country went through. In Rotherham, in Telford, in Rochdale, in Oxford, in every town and city that the government, the police, the social services, and people exactly like her decided was too politically inconvenient to address. But she has a degree, so she knows. She knows that 90% of grooming gang convictions being Muslim men is actually the fault of racist police. Court documents, victim testimonies, independent inquiries, all of it apparently just racism. That is her answer. That is what she is teaching children. Think about that. Really sit with it. This woman stands in front of a classroom every single day. She shapes how young people understand the world. And her framework for understanding one of the worst child abuse scandals in British history is that the men who were convicted in open court, with evidence, with victims, were only convicted because of police racism, not because they did it. Sleep well, Britain. Your children are in safe hands. Now, the boyfriend. Oh, the boyfriend. Mate, where do I even start with this man? Let me paint you the full picture. This individual, and I am being generous with that word, has voluntarily, of his own free will, on his holiday, walked up to Tommy Robinson and decided today is the day. Today is the day I set this man straight. He has looked at his girlfriend, nodded, and thought, I am going to back her up here. I am going to be the good man, the ally, the one who stands up. And for about 30 seconds, he manages it. He is doing the supportive boyfriend lean. You know exactly what I mean. Slightly behind her, arms crossed, face arranged into an expression that says, I've got you, babe, while contributing absolutely nothing of substance to what is unfolding in front of him. And then Tommy raises his voice, not aggressively, not threateningly, just with volume. The volume of a man who has been explaining the same documented facts for 20 years and is, understandably, slightly tired of doing it on his day off to people who haven't done a single minute of research. And the boyfriend, visibly on camera for the entire internet to witness for the rest of time, flinches. He flinches. This man, who walked up to Tommy Robinson, flinched, and then, and this is genuinely my favorite moment in the whole clip, he starts talking, not saying anything, just producing words, filling the air with sounds that approximate an argument without actually being one. Because somewhere in that smooth, guardian-marinated brain of his, a small alarm has gone off. The alarm that says, your girlfriend is being completely dismantled by a bloke from Luton, and you are just standing there with your arms crossed, looking like a decorative plant. So he chips in. With what? Nothing. Genuinely nothing. He adds zero substance to the argument at any point in that entire exchange. He is there purely as a prop, a human participation trophy. Well done for showing up. Here is your allyship badge. Please, for the love of God, stop talking. This is performative wokeness in its most naked, most embarrassing form. He does not care about grooming gangs. He has not thought about this issue for more than the time it takes to scroll past a tweet. He cares about one thing, being seen as the right kind of person, by her, by anyone watching. He is performing righteousness in real time, and he is absolutely terrible at it, because righteousness that has never been tested by reality is not righteousness. It is a costume. And here's the thing that really gets me. These people, this couple, this type, they think they are the brave ones. They genuinely believe that walking up to Tommy Robinson on holiday and calling him a racist is an act of moral courage. They have been so thoroughly marinated in a culture that rewards the performance of correct opinions that they cannot distinguish between actually doing something and merely signaling that you would. If you've made it this far, respect. Genuinely. Most people can't handle the truth being laid out this plainly. If this opened your eyes even slightly, do me one favor, hit like and subscribe. We do this every week. No filters, no corporate backing, no agenda except the truth. The bell icon means you won't miss a single one. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, and I'll see you in the next one.